It's 12 noon on this Wednesday afternoon, March 28, 2017, and it's time now for the Peter Channel New News Report on this Wednesday afternoon, March 28, 2017. Good afternoon, buddy. I am Peter Wiggins, and I have new news on this Wednesday afternoon here. Top story at the noontime hour on this Wednesday afternoon is Washington, D.C., where a woman drove and tried to ram a police cruiser on the U.S. Capitol grounds Wednesday morning and shot with fire during the incident, police said. London alone, 9 months after British voters chose to withdraw from the European Union, Britain took a decisive and likely irreversible step Wednesday toward leaving a partnership that has bound the country to cut into nearly a long time. Trump suggests an afternoon version of the Gear 360 camera, which in the name suggests shoots and video and photos in 360 degrees in a new design that's supposed to make it easier for non-video nerds to use. The House of Intelligence Committee is President Factual along with the partisan lines and are scientists accused of one another playing politics with investigation of alleged Russian attempts to meddle in the 2016 election where President Trump. California prosecutors filed 15 felony charges against 2 anti-abortion activists who were recorded undercover videos targeting Planned Parenthood. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke has ended the federal government in Obama era moratorium on coal mining leases on federal land. Zinke is saying in order to repeal and pause unless leases are Wednesday in his Washington, D.C. office surrounded by Republicans. King Abdullah Jordan meets with the Moroccan King Mohammed VI to visit Morocco on March 2015 as Arab summit may have faced challenges and really ended with fruitful results as Jordan knows an Arab League summit and mid-cast across the Middle East. Culminating in Denmark, Swedish national police presented Wednesday the initiative of investigation of the death of the Congo and the Swedish headquarters of the United Nations 2 days after the bodies of the woman and medical colleague were found. Upon the independence demonstrated outside Scotland's Parliament in Edinburgh on Tuesday as Scotland votes to the demand on post-President independence referendum. Jakarta, Indonesia, it looks like a horror movie. A village just like slices to open a belly of a python. A man's body emerges and been swallowed by a whole body chance tank the day before. Senators Budget Wicker, Republican Mississippian Thomas R. Carper, Democrat of Delaware, not usually partisan firebrands, particularly on the presidential appointments. The White House is launching a new commission to combat drug addiction Wednesday and overseen on New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who for years have been passionate about the scourge of drug abuse. General Sniper Brown said Wednesday that she was only shaking her head to disbelief Tuesday when a combative White House press secretary Sean Spicer told her to stop shaking her head. Democrat and National Committee Chairman Tom Perez has launched a major overhaul of the party's organization, which has been sung by recent president of the DNC, has requested a resignation letter from all current staffers. Mexican officials said at least 2 inmates died and 13 people sustained injuries, including 2 guards at a Cadre Tribe prison in the city on Monterey. 10 people in the Kendrick attack area of Jewish Borno State were detected after weekend raised by an insurgent group Boko Haram, and a security official said. Russia topped him mind and Seoul said Moscow can both oppose a tight defense system on the Korean Peninsula and then put ties with Washington. British ambassador to the EU Tim Barrow delivered a letter to the EU Council President Donald Tusk formally initiated the country's departure from the bloc. North Korea is not happy about recent comments from the U.S. Senator regarding Kim Jong-un. Cyclone W injured 3 people causing flooding and damaged homes and left tens of thousands without power, an Australia official said. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents detained a Guatemalan man for possible deportation Wednesday after his son was arrested on a rape charge in Maryland. 2 people died in a crash in a single-engine plane at Monroe County, Mississippi, officials said. EU Box Deutsche Börse LLC measuring a wrongly definition of monopoly grounds. Congress sent proposals legislation to President Trump Tuesday that website landmarked online privacy protection for several what it likely become a significant rework in the rules governing internet accidental Republican. Pen and home sales surged to a 10-month high. The quest to cram even more human beings and a decrease in square footage of city real estate continues when a skyscraper is of an asteroid. Since the inception of SpaceX men working toward the development of reusable walkers from a fiscal standpoint, the move makes a tremendous amount of sense. Now they pay tens of millions of dollars to build a new first stage booster every time you launch. President Trump issued a sweeping executive order on Tuesday to begin into a slew of government efforts to fight global warming. A group of pentologists in the University of Greenland and James Cook University has documented the most diverse assemblage of a dinosaur attraction in the world of the northwestern coast of Western Australia. The historical approval of the Alcaverse, the first ever treatment of primary progressive multiple sclerosis set off ripples into the mostly calm waters of MS News reported. April, the not famous and very pregnant draft animal and adventure park might give birth to it really soon. Miami-Dade and Barway fell way short of being in among the healthiest counties in Florida, but they're still in the top 1/3 of all counties statewide in terms of the length and quality of life. According to the rankings released Wednesday by 2 National. Between work commitments, family responsibilities, and the stress of everyday life, we have less legitimate reason to fall short of fitness goals. Alright, looking at stock commodity report. Looking at the Dow is down 56.70 points at 2644.72. SP 5 down 45 cents at 2358.12. Nasdaq up 8.22 points at 5883.36. Russia 2K up 1.65 at 1368.91. And VIX down 60 cents 11.35. European markets DAX up 53.58 points at 12203. And FTSE up 30.30 at 7373.72. CAC up 22.84 points at 56.04. FTSE MIB down 33.62 points at $20.276.80. And SOX 600 up 1.14 at 378.44. Asia markets, Nikkei up 14.61 points, 19.217.48, and Shanghai down 11.63 points at 32.41.31 on each side, 46.18 points, 24.392.05. ASX 200 up 52.28 points at 5,873.52. Kospi up 3.67 at 2,166.98. Oil markets up 9 cents at 49.27. Brent up 89 cents at 52.22. Net gas up 45,000 at 3.141. RBOB gas up 241,000 at 1.669, and USD Joe up 233,000 at 1.54. In the gold, the silver down 47,000 at 18.205. Gold up down 4.10 at 1231.50. Copper up 3,000 at 2.679. Platinum 6.9 points down at 950.5. Palladium down 2.25 at 79.35. Bonds, US standard down 18,000 at 2.391%. Bond 10 year up 1,000 at 0.346%. Japanese standard down 7,000 at 0.048%. UK 10 year 1.151% unchanged. Fed's 10 year up 4,000 at 0.93%. And the FX bonds, European US dollar down 5 cents at 1.0755. US dollar Japanese yen down 10 cents at 111.02. Great Britain had US dollar down 3,000 at 1.2411. US dollar CAD down 14,000 at 1.3368. US dollar CHF up 44,000 at 0.9968. And looking at commodities, the wheat 423.5 down 1, soybean 969 down 3, corn 357 down 3 quarters, sugar 17.22 down 34 cents, coffee 139.60 up 75 cents, cotton 76.60 down 28 cents, rock rice 9.845 up 900 a point, cocoa 286 down 43, live cattle 121.10 up 325,000 a point, lean out 64.975 down 125,000 a point, FT cattle 134.10 up 1.15. Peter Jones' time is now 12:07 on. It's time now for a sports report. Tonight, the Boston Celtics will be taking on Milwaukee Bucks. Game time 7:30 p.m. and the Boston Red Sox will be taking on Minnesota Twins. Game time 1:05. Oakland State director Noah decided to host the Raiders in 2019. USA Bruins, not to win on the Boston Bruins, not to win Tuesday night. We already did that. NCAA referee John Higgins met with law enforcement officials for more than 2 hours Tuesday after Kentucky fans sent efforts to report called into the company's office and at home, but despite an illicit number of posted barrage of false messages. The Coast will have Andrew Luck directing off season workouts, but well, that have him healthy come September. Peter Childers' time is now 12:08 on this Tuesday afternoon, and it's time now 12:08 p.m. on this Wednesday afternoon, and it's time now for a traveling and transit pot. Beep! Let's start off imaging. We're on the subway system. Civil on Nelson 5 SL4 Express. On the laser traffic on the commuter rail. Newburyport train 166 on Voyam from Newbury to Sparta. Newbury to Sparta 10-20 minutes late due to a mechanical issue. And on the ferries, they are looking at looking at hours and byways of New England here. 95 on the southbound side, so the Norwalk stretch. 95 on the northbound side, back to the Fairfield stretch. Red Parkway, westbound side of the Norwalk stretch. 84 westbound side of Lowell State. 91 off again, 84 westbound side, back to the Newtown stretch. 95 on the southbound side, it is backed up just around the Coventry stretch. Route 3 on the northbound side, backed up from 8 Derby Street and 9 on the Main Street split. 7 Expressway on the northbound side, so from Mass Ave all the way on to the downtown Boston here. Route 1 on the southbound side, also Route 93, Mass Pike eastbound side, also on 93 out in Boston. Mass Pike eastbound side, also on the Newton corner around 120 in Weston. Route 3 southbound side, so on 120 in Burlington. 45 at the top side. It is back to from 93 Lost Area to the Andover around 28. 93 stop around the Denver stretch, 30 New Hampshire stretch, and 93 at the top side. Lost after Route 111 and Windham, New Hampshire here. And highways and byways of Vermont, North Carolina, linking against States 87 89. Southbound side, Little Service, name with Upstate New York, Vermont, and New York State 3 on the southbound side. Slow around Route 23 in Leeds due to an accident. Peter Childu's time is now 12:10. Time now for weather report here, and it is yet another cloudy day here in North near and around the region here. And the sun is trying to peek through the clouds. Meanwhile, we get some sun on Thursday, and then we are in watching for another storm, which is going to be a mixed bag of rain, snow, and sleet. But it is not going to be as bad as the one that took place 20 years ago at the April Fool's Day blizzard. Alright, we got current conditions here in North Massachusetts. It's 42 degrees, that temperature to about 42 degrees, humidity 99%, and barometer 96 inches. Alright, current conditions here, 41 degrees in Boston and Beverly and Gloucester, 41 in Worcester, 43 in Bedford, 45 in Fitchburg, 42 in Norwood and Taunton and New Bedford. It's 41 in Plymouth, 39 in Falmouth, 42 in Chatham, 40 in Provincetown, 43 in Nantucket, it's 45 in Mossbury, 41 in Providence, 43 in Warwick, 43 in Blockon, 44 in Montauk, 51 in Islip, 50 in New York City, 52 in Bridgeport and New Haven, it's 43 in Bridgeport and Denver, it's 43 in Danbury, 45 in Waterbury, it's 50 out in Meriden, 46 in Hartford, and Winslow and Springfield, 43 in Orange, Massachusetts, and North Annas, Massachusetts, 39 in Pittsfield, Mass, and 39 in Albany, New York, and Silver Springs, New York, 37 in Rel, Vermont, 39 in Benton, Brown, Vermont, 39 in Lemon, Hampshire, 43 in Lackawanna, Hampshire, 45 Quang, Hampshire, 43 in Manchester, Hampshire, and then after Hampshire, 42 in Keene, Hampshire, 41 in Devon, Hampshire, 41 in Park, Maine, and 42 in Portsmouth, Hampshire. Here. Okay. Take a look at National Surface Map, and it shows high pressure ridges in the Great Lakes and Eastern Ontario. Pink front stretching of western Texas and the station by northern Mexico stretching up through Texas here. With a low pressure stretching of Oklahoma and a front of line stretching from Kansas stretching up to Iowa, and another front of line stretching from Arkansas down to Louisiana, and another front of line stretching in southeastern Texas. And a warm station front from Missouri, and merging station front from Mississippi Valley, and merging with a coast front from southern Georgia stretching up to down the coast of the Atlantic coast, and station front way off the New England coast, the low pressure off the New England coast here. Low pressure ridges in Oklahoma and western Texas, and front of line in western Texas stretching a bit of New Mexico, Arizona, and in west-eastern California, and a front line stretching down the California coast, and another front line stretching central Washington State and southern British Columbia, and a low pressure warm front of the station front off the Washington, Oregon coast. High pressure off the Florida coast here. Low pressure in southern Arizona, and a high pressure ridge coming into much of the inland Pacific in the northwest here. 49 degrees the temperature in Chicago and Detroit, 50 in Pittsburgh, 60 in Washington, D.C., 70 out in Atlanta, 81 in Miami, Florida, 80 in Brownsville, Texas, 67 in Dallas, Texas, 48 in Kansas City, 49 in Chicago, 44 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 45 in Omaha, Nebraska, 42 in Great Falls, Montana, 46 in Seattle. It is 55 in San Francisco, 59 in Los Angeles, it's 58 in Las Vegas, 40 in Salt Lake City, 62 in Phoenix, 38 in Denver, and 46 in Albuquerque, Mexico. Here. All right, looking at radar, and it shows some spotty rain showers stretching around Justin down, around Work down, and some line of rain showers stretching from Westport to Dortmund, it's stretching for Fall River, and we'll stretch it up 24 from Taunton and up to Brockton, and up to Randolph and Braintree, and around Quincy, and Milton, around Hull, and stretch around east of Boston here, and stretch around Malden, Lynn, Nahant, and around Needham, and around Newton, and stretch it up Lynn, Peabody, Denver's up 95. And a line of rain showers from Andover, stretching a little Billwicker, down at Acton, around Wayland and Marlborough, and around Framingham, and then Ashland and Halston. And spotty rain showers around Webster, Massachusetts, and it's all to the east-southeast here. And up to the north, we're seeing some spotty rain showers around south-central tier Maine, around Kittery, Maine, and a line of rain showers up Scarborough, and a line of rain showers from Brunswick, stretching to Lewiston, and east of Rumford, Maine, and some spotty snow sleet rain showers northeast of Rumford, Maine here. And some spotty snow showers at the central and north central portion of Vermont, and some spotty snow showers around Link in the middle of Maine here. And snowing around upstate New York from Harris to down in the Malone, and some rain, sleet, or snow around the Montreal area, and some sleeting around. And snow around St. Césaire, St. Pierre, St. Rosalie, and around eastern Quebec here. And snowing coming to much of Nova Scotia, western portion of Prince Edward Island there, and some snow in the eastern tip of Canada, sleet and rain off the Nova Scotia coast there. And looking at national radar, and it shows a line of rain showers stretching from western Illinois, stretching in southern Minnesota, down to Iowa, down to Nebraska, down to Kansas, Oklahoma, and western Texas with some sleet, rain, and snow around Nebraska, and rain, sleet, and snow in the southeastern portions of Colorado, and some rain showers from northwestern California up to the Washington and Oregon coast, and some snow and sleet and rain around British Columbia, and around snow and sleet from eastern British Columbia and around West Montana, some rain, sleet, and snow from northern Idaho, and around eastern Washington and Oregon state, and southwestern portions of Idaho here. And looking at a line of showers and thunderstorms from Lufkin, stretching to Woodlands, down Houston, and around southeastern Texas, off south of El Capo, and South Victoria and Corpus Christi here. And rain off the Galveston. And looking at radar around the Houston area here. This is a heavy band of showers stretching from Aldine and Dallasdale, stretching to state of Gas around the Houston area and West University Place and Brookside Village and Pearland here. And it's all headed towards the northeast here. So I heard on a couple of TV stations around the Houston area that they're having tornado warnings in the Metro Houston area here. Yep, there's a tornado warning until 12 p.m. There's a tornado warning that Central Harris County will expire at 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time, which is ended right now. And now look at satellite loop, and it shows line of clouds coming much of eastern Texas, stretching up the Mississippi Valley, and stretching down the plains and eastern Colorado and New Mexico, and another line of clouds coming much of western Montana and northern Idaho, and up around Oregon and Washington and northwestern California, and coming much of British Columbia, western Alberta, and a line of cloud, patchy clouds from the northern New England, up and Quebec, and line of clouds coming from Nova Scotia and around Prince Edward Island there. Patchy clouds from north, southern Florida Panhandle to southeastern Alabama down and Georgia here. Okay, looking at forecast discussion here. Rain is in New England, although clouds linger at sunrise. Expect a clear trend for today with dry weather continuing for Thursday. Low pressure from the Ohio Valley will pass south of New England on Saturday. This brings a mixed pressure Friday and Saturday. High pressure brings dry weather Sunday, Monday following. Number approaches storm on Tuesday. Mix of sun and clouds over much of 7 New England, westerly northwest winds, ever fair amount of moisture within the H925-85 layer as cyclonic flow prevails, which puts the middle level of the postal traverse. This look at that middle high west. GeoES60 data 7 centimeters beyond the border middle level of wave. Now moving to south and offshore is long for some partial clearing. Up I can see north and upstream over the Lost Valley, giving the next wave coming to top. The wave base skirts south New England and hour, giving the cold air infection and the anticipated abundant new labor mix of residential moisture. May increase in the high pressure and dry subsidence inversion, and that we are see Brooklyn cloud next lifted up around 5 KFT AGL as prior forecast mentioned. Quote in cloudiness plus the additional energy skirted south later today may touch off some light shower activity prevailed light irregular quantity to laying along the east coast. So all in all, and morning forecast temperatures jump around a degree lower for higher still anticipated around the upper 40s, lower 50s. Feeling a bit cold, northwest plus winds gusted at 30 miles an hour, especially on the high train and over the east coast. Beneath the cruise of I don't know if force winds, but low levels began to drop on the low. Going to feel roughly around 5 degrees colder here. Okay, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. This afternoon, chance of drizzle light rain before 1 p.m. Mostly clouds about 49 degrees. North for about 8 miles an hour, gust side 25 miles an hour. Chest space is 30%. Tonight, mostly clouds good evening and gradual clear about 28 degrees. The north for about 7 to 9 miles gust side 28 miles an hour. For Thursday, Saturday, increased clouds about 51 about 31 degrees. North for about 68 miles an hour. Shifting left northeast wind. Friday, chance snow before 11 a.m. Then a chance rain snow between 11 a.m. and noon. Then rain likely afternoon. Clouds about 41 degrees and coming given in east around 5 miles an hour after the chest space is 6%. Friday night, rain and snow before midnight. Then rain, snow, sleep between midnight and 3 a.m. Then rain after 3 a.m. Punch back at 2 a.m. 1:30 degrees and chest space 9% for Saturday. Rain before 4 p.m. Clouds skies have about 43 about 31 degrees and chest space is 55% for Sunday. Most sunny podcast by 30 about 31 degrees. Monday, sunny. The podcast will have 49 about 32 degrees. And for Tuesday, chest rain. Podcast about 49 degrees and chest space is 30%. Peter's weather phase of the day. A cloudy Wednesday and then sunny on Thursday before a storm on Friday. And that's great for the Peter Channel. New news report on this. March 20th, 2017 on a Wednesday afternoon. This Peter say have a good afternoon. Goodbye today to the not be have a good afternoon. I'll see you at 4 o'clock for 4 o'clock report.